Sorry about that. There we go. All right. Just let you guys find the feed and we will get started with Make It Monday. Okay, let me just get my Facebook page up and we'll be going. All right, there we are. Okay, so I can see comments now. Thank you guys for switching to 8 o'clock tonight. I was a little behind today. Well, I had to work all weekend, so that meant my paper crafting had to be put aside. So I was able to get out my retreat email, and I created my 2 base classes, Saturday and Sunday. So got that all done and marketed, and then my desk was a crazy chaotic mess. But after work, I went hiking on my training hill. So I had a little bit heavier pack tonight, so it took me a little bit longer. So anyway, it looks like I've got Teresa and Lynn on to daisies. Awesome. All right, so you guys all know about free shipping, I'm sure, but I haven't posted it on our team page yet. But hopefully you guys have read or listened to the free shipping offering, and it's only for tomorrow. So 1 day only, and it's a great deal. You can actually enter your order right now. However, do not submit it until tomorrow. So you can get it all lined up and ready to go tonight, and then save it and exit out. And then tomorrow, after, I think it's 3 or midnight Mountain Time, so depending on where you are, you can place your order. So I'm going to be doing that tonight. I'm going to get all of my card club expired at 8 o'clock, which was 3 minutes ago for June. So I know how many will be in my card club. So I've got 24, which is great. An even number too, so it's even better. When I cut my card or my paper, it's so much easier to work with even numbers. Just because you cut that designer series paper in half, and that's great. But anyway, free shipping on orders of $75 or more. And I have created a new host code, and it is for tomorrow only and during the free shipping. 1 day only for my host code means 1 day only for your shipping, free shipping. So my host code is right here. It's DDR44PJP. So if you use this URL, it will get you directly to that host code. Now, if your order is $150 or more, don't use that host code because I want you to receive the Stampin' Rewards. You will still receive my ordering special, which is an embellishment from the new mini catalog. So the July to December mini catalog. So if you are not working with a current Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to earn your business. So give me a shout at my email, which is inspiredbygraham@gmail.com, and I can get that catalog out to you. I've got quite a few ready to go. So I'm always looking for new customers and also new inspired daisies. So if you're interested in joining Stampin' Up! And you're not a current demonstrator, give me a shout. I've got a few teammates on here as well. So in any event, I wanted to work with the some of my retreat cards. So let me just show you. I think I've showed this before, but these are all, so I gotta wait and see. Yeah, my laptop is delayed for just a little bit tonight, so about 5 to 10 seconds. But there are almost, because I've taken some out. They're over here in this pile, but when I went to the alternative incentive trip in Utah, St. George, Utah, there were about 80 demonstrators from the US, Canada, and I believe Germany that came and got together for 5 days. Well, 4 really, if you don't want to count the travel days. But any event, you could create swap cards. So I made 78 of my card, which is this one right here. But there were some people that backed out, so I got a few back of my cards, but I think I have like 72 to 74 swap cards. So what I want to do is, I'm not going to go through all of them because that would just take too long. So once in a while, because this product is all in the annual catalog, I'll be showcasing some of the swap cards over the next few months. So that's kind of fun. And I thought I would start with Hues of Happiness. So let's bring this over here. So I have worked with this one before, and I did create this template, so it would be easier to see the images rather than just on the stamp set itself. It's a photopolymer stamp set, and you can see that I have totally used just about every one, except for the foliage here. I guess I didn't really like the foliage or didn't think to stamp it. But I really like this one. It's, like I said, been used quite a bit. I love all the sentiments here. I love the flowers because you can use your Stampin' blends. You can also use your colored pencils and your markers. And you can also watercolor with it too. So lots of options with this stamp set. And it is teamed up with the Blossoming Happiness dies. So there's quite a few in here. There's 11 to be exact. So some of the demonstrators used various dies, and I'm going to show you the cards right now. So let's see which ones. I'm not going to show you the ones I'm going to be making tonight, but I'll show you some of the ones here. Now this one here has a Night of Navy card base here with the pretty flowers embossing folder. And this piece here is one of the patterns in the designer series paper. And they use the, I can't remember what these are. I don't know the embellishments enough, but this is, looks like polished pink, or it's actually probably sweet sorbet. And then they use the tailored tag die set, which says "Hi Friend" on it. You will not find this sentiment in that stamp set, but this, let's see, who is the demonstrator that created this one? Betsy Kreider. So we all put our names on here, so if we have any questions, we can reach out to that demonstrator. But she added Wink of Stella all over the 3x4, so I really don't know if you can see that or not, but I totally can see that. I think, I don't know if she did the splatter technique. I think she may have, because it is out on this edge as well. So when you create a swap card, some people will design the inside and some people just leave it plain. So I like actually this. I don't know what size that is, but it looks like it's about a 3x4. So I might try that next time for an inside panel, because, you know, a lot of times you don't want to have to write a lot of you know, your message. So this could be a little bit easier for you. And it looks like we've got some twine there as well. So that was again with Betsy Kreider. The next one here is, let's see, her cards right here. Constance Wirtz, and I believe she's from Germany. So this one here looks like she used the soft seafoam as the background, or maybe pear pizzazz. It's really hard to tell. Or it could be Granny Apple Green, because Granny Apple Green's in the foliage here that she die cut. I like this, Hey There, with the pearls. Okay, and that's inside there. That's not decorated or anything, so that's Constance. And then the next one here is a little bit different, using the Pool Party sheer ribbon with a panel of Pool Party. And then we've got the Designer Series paper, Hues of Happiness, and also the Glossy Dots assortments, which are really fun to use. And then on the inside, this demonstrator's name is Jennifer Cotton. I actually had lunch with Jennifer, so that was really fun. And then here's this one. I really like this one. So here's that die that has that little, kind of like a notebook, right? And here's the flowers and the foliage that have already been die cut. And this is the back side of one of the floral prints. And on the inside, it's blank. But the demonstrator that created this one is Karen Duke. All right, so that is all the cards that I pulled from the bins that use the Hues of Happiness. So the first card I'm going to be making is going to be this one right here. This card is my favorite out of all of the card swaps. I just think this paper is so pretty, and she used the pretty flowers here. This is Melon Mambo. It's a bright kind of pinkish color, and there's a hint of black underneath here with some Melon Mambo as well. And on the inside, well, is her name is Suzanne Nett. So I'm gonna this is a girl from Canada. I actually went to the market with Suzanne, so maybe she's watching, maybe she's not, but she's such a nice person, and it was so much fun to go to, you know, the markets or lunch or dinner with other demonstrators. So this is the card we're going to be making. And then the other one is this one here that I'll be making. I'm going to use it a little bit smaller, stylish shaped circle, just because I think that one's just a little bit too large. I think I'm using a smaller one. Let me just see. Yes, I'm using the next size down. And again, this is a happy birthday card. This layout is exceptional for your scraps. And on the inside, this is a Granny Apple Green. And this one was created by Anastasia Radloff, who is Stampin' Blondie. Okay, so let's get started. I guess we'll work with this one first, since I already have it right on top. So if you want to know where in the annual catalog you can find the products, it is on page 108 and 109 specifically. So the bundle, or the, yeah, I guess bundle, suite collection, excuse me, is $69.50. So if you order this one, you can add a Winkastella to it, and then you would get above the $75, and you use my host code, and then my host code offering is going to be an embellishment from the mini catalog. So I have that host code right here if you're coming on late. It's DDR44PJP, and it's only available for one day, and that is tomorrow when we have the free shipping. All right, so again, the stamp set, the paper, everything here is on page 108 and 109. All right, so we're going to start with this one. I'll put the template over to the side here. And we are working with photopolymer stamps. So we need the stamp. Oh boy, here we go. Nope, I got it in my drawer. I've got my Stampin' Pierce mat and a piece of scrap paper, because I like to put scrap paper down on that piercing mat, because if you get ink on it, it's going to get on your paper. Okay, so let's grab everything that we need. We need the strip of Granny Apple Green, and we also need the circle here, and that's everything. Actually, I might, let me just see. I've got a panel for the inside. I'm going to decorate mine on the inside, so I have that all ready to go. All right, so it looks like we're going to be using this big stamp here of the flower, the rose. And I also have the happy birthday mounted on a D block. Both of these are D blocks. And again, you can see how much I've used this stamp set. It's well loved, and I'll keep using it. So I did want to show you when you're working with the photopolymer stamps, what you want to do when you want to mount them on your block. Don't do it this way, okay? Because if you do it this way, you have a tendency to not have it straight on there, and it's not going to stamp straight. So what you want to do is have the flat side facing you, and I put my sentiments on my block diagonal because I can get a straighter stamped sentiment rather than something a little bit crooked, because my eyes, if I have it this way, will look at this for some reason. So if you have a problem with stamping straight sentiments, give this a try. I know you will like it. All right, we're going to be working with Stampin' Blends, you guys. So we need to have our Memento black ink. And hopefully this is a well inked. We'll see in just a second. And the die here, make sure you're stamping on the smooth side rather than the rough side. And then this rose will fit pretty good inside that white circle. I'm just pressing on really, really good. And photopolymer stamps will stick to your paper, so you just need to pull them off, just like that. Now, this would look pretty just like this, right? But we're going to color that one. And we're also going to use Memento Black. There's only one ink color tonight on both cards, and that's Memento Black. All right, let me get this going the right way. And then it looks like she just stamped on a 1/2 inch of Granny Apple Green. And there we go. Okay. On the envelope, since I've got the happy birthday going, let's see. I'm just going to stamp happy birthday on it, so I have an envelope that's already completed. And again, I'm just going to stamp right down here in the lower corner there and call it good. Next up is we're going to actually cover this. We don't want to get ink all over. I'm going to use the Melon Mambo Dark and Light. So let me pull those out of my organizer. And then I'm going to use for the center probably some Daffodil Delight, because that is in the paper over here. Now my paper is not going to be the same as hers, but it's going to be fairly close. So I like to start with the darker color. So this is the dark Melon Mambo. Chisel point or your brush tip. Brush tip is used for like smoothing out. The chisel tip is used for pressing down hard, because if you press down hard on that brush tip, you're going to break it and it will not work for you. So just use the chisel point. And I've got a piece of scrap paper underneath here because the blends will go all the way through the basic white. And all I'm doing is just kind of going around here, these lines, because there's really not a lot of shading in this flower. So I'm just kind of going around kind of where the lines are, and then I will fill in with the lighter one, and then hopefully that will be good. If not, then I'll just switch back to the darker color. All right, so I'm not looking at comments. I will look at them after I get the card completed. All right, again, let me tell you about the blends. When you put the cap on, make sure your blends is horizontal and the cap is horizontal, and then just push on it until you hear the click. All right, next we're going to use the lighter Melon Mambo. Oh, wait a minute. Yep, that is. It didn't look like Melon Mambo at first. It seemed like it was like a polished pink. So they're kind of very, very close in the coloring. Okay. Now, I was hiking today. I think Denise is on here, right? I think. I can't see all the comments because they're not rolling up, of course. I had that problem last time. So I saw lots of roses now appearing on the hiking trail. And they're that little, I guess, I don't know. I don't know the name of the plant. I mean, it is kind of a rose, but it's also like got berries on it. So I know there's a name for it because we actually have them in our backyard. Like it's a raspberry, but not 100% raspberry. So if you know what that is, maybe if you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But it is, it was very pretty. I saw it on the trail today, and I saw a new flower. It's got purple on it. I have no clue as to what it is, but I will put that on my business page, which is what you are on right now, Facebook, and I'll put that on a little bit later tonight. So I love to take pictures of anything new that I see on the trail. And I can tell you at the top of the mountain that I climb, it's a breeding ground, and I'm not kidding you. I see probably 20, I'm not kidding you guys, 20 swallowtail butterflies, because they're all up there around the blackberry bushes, and there's so many blackberry bushes up there. Haven't seen a berry yet, so the berries are just starting to form. But anyway, it's so fun to just get up there and just sit on the bench and watch them just go around chasing each other. And I did see a monarch butterfly too, which I think that's a little early, but I could be wrong. All right, I'm just gonna go over this one more time with a light, and I'm using the brush tip just to smooth it all out. Oh, and another thing tonight, I have a record weight in my bag. So the thru hikers are starting to come through, so I like to bring some trail magic on the trail, which is, I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically food or drinks that you give to hikers that have been through hiking all the way from Georgia, and they're going to Maine. But I had 3 pounds of Macintosh apples in my bag. That was heavy, but it brought me over the weight. And so 23.9 pounds is what I have hiked with today. So I'm pretty proud of that. I still want to get to 25 though. Okay, so we've got everything ready to go. We just need to assemble. So let's grab my Granny Apple Green. This is the card base, and it's 8.5 by 5.5. I've already pre-scored it here, 4 1/4, and I'll just take my fancy bone folder that I got at the retreat or convention. We called it Gather Together, and it's got my name on it. So that will be always a memory from that trip. All right, so now let me just see. I think these are the same size. Yes. So this is basic white, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. So that's gonna go down on the Granny Apple Green. But before I do that, I want to just add the Designer Series paper. So I've got 3 pieces here. This is the floral side of the 3 scraps that I had. They're, let's see, what is the size of this? 2, I can't remember, and I don't have Mark's ruler with me. It's downstairs. But I'll have these, I'll put the sizes on the description box a little bit later tonight. So they're 3, they're all the same size. So you can kind of work with it and see what pattern you want to create. But it looks like Anastasia had 2 florals and kind of just a yellow there. So what I'll do is I don't want this floral because it doesn't really match very well. So I know I want this floral here, and this is directional paper, by the way, and I want that floral there, and then in the middle I want this one here. So we're just going to have a little border around the Designer Series paper. It's about 1/8 of an inch, And I like to use my liquid glue for images like this, just because it's easier and you can slide it into place. So to do that, I'm just going to add the liquid glue all the way around here, a little bit in the middle. And I work left to right to middle on these kind of panel cards, scrap cards. Okay, then I'm going to grab this one here and do the same thing. I was a little over generous with that liquid glue on this one, so it might ooze out on the side there. All right, this goes this way. It was a new bottle, so you know, when you're using the new bottle of liquid glue, it does kind of come out a little bit fast and heavy. Okay, then the next one is this piece. Now I'm just going to decide which way I want the pattern. Do I want the purple on the top or the blue on the top? So I think I like to go, I always like to kind of go like darker to lighter. So that kind of resembles the sky. So I'm going to do it, I'm going to add it down on the front that way. Okay, that was better on the glue. Just a fine line. Now this one is going to go in the middle, and see how easy that is to place this middle one. You've got equal distance on the left and right of it, where you can see the white. All right, so I'm going to just smooth this back on the back side. I've got some glue on my fingers, so I'm just going to get that off. All right, and it looks like she just put this right down onto the card front. With no dimensionals, she just used adhesive, so we're going to case that. Now, case means copy and share everything. So that's what I'm doing. I'm copying and... okay, there we go. So I'm copying this design here. I am, again, changing it up just a little bit. I'm using a smaller circle. All right, so then this one is going to go over here. And it is popped up with Stampin' Dimensionals, so let me grab some of those. Okay, so you can see how that blends, comes through to the back side. Sometimes it looks really fun. You can get a nice little pattern even on the back side. It looks like watercoloring. All right, so I'm just going to peel those backings off. And we'll take this one. And it's kind of got a little more of a directional. If you kind of see that, if you go this way, it looks like it's upside down. But if you go this way, it looks like it's correct. So we're just going to add this little rose over in the lower right corner. And then we've got Happy Birthday. So she angle cut it on each side. So that's what I will do as well. I'll just grab my paper snips and just angle cut and turn it this way and angle cut, and I'm angle cutting the same direction. Okay, then it looks like she's got a Stampin' Dimensional underneath the happy, and then adhesive under the birthday. So what I like to do is either use the mini Stampin' Dimensionals on something that's this small, or you can use the edges, and those are really thin pieces. So we'll just peel this off. All right, so we're going to put a dimensional right here, and I'm just going to place it here to see if I need one under part of the birthday, which I do. So let me just grab another piece here, and then we'll just peel those off. And then we will add our adhesive, the liquid glue here, because that's going to get stuck on this focal point here. And we're just going to slide it into place. Just figure out where you want it. If you had your ink color going over the line, then I would put it there. Doesn't really matter. But if you have like a boo-boo or anything like that on your flower, you can totally hide it with that sentiment strip. All right, the final step is to put the embellishments on. Let me grab those out of my case. I'd love to keep them in our Stampin' Up! Clear boxes here. And you can order these. I think they're like $7 or $8. I'm not quite sure. But I use them all the time for all of my embellishments. They just make great storage units, I guess. All right, so which color I'm going to use for this? I think I'm going to use a various different colors, right? I'm going to use, because there's purple in there, so gorgeous grape. So I'm going to start with the big one here. And really, does it matter where you put them? Well, form a triangle. And since this is got a lot less white, I don't want to put one on here. As you can see, Anastasia put it over here because she had a little bit more of the white border. So I'm just going to add this one over here because it's got some purple. Then let's see, another prominent color is the pink. So I'm going to grab the medium size and I'm just going to throw that, let's see, we'll just put it over here. And then another color is either the blue or the yellow. So I think I'm going to go blue. And I want to hit this panel here somewhere. So I want to try to kind of form a triangle, like I said. If you put it straight across, then that's not really pleasing to the eye. You just want to make it just a little bit off. I think I'm just going to put it there. So we got it kind of a smaller triangle. Okay, do you see that? So point, 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 and then all the way across. All right, so that's our first card. So I'm going to put them side by side so you can just take a look at what they look like. Okay. We'll get rid of the free shipping. If you're just coming on, I am offering tomorrow's free shipping on orders of $75 or more from my online store. And if you use the host code, which is the DDR44PJP on my website, that will get you right there to my website. Then I will be giving away some free embellishments from the July to December mini catalog. So that's going to be going live pretty soon too. So, all right. So these are the cards side by side. I'm going to look and see if there's any comments or questions that I need to answer. So let's see. Yeah, Teresa, I know. Like, you never know when things like this are going to pop up. Free shipping, I didn't know about it until I knew about it. Well, we all kind of knew about it a few days ago, but I learned when you guys found out. The leadership group did say there was going to be a surprise on Saturday, and that's when we all found out. All right. What time will it start the free shipping? It is 12 a.m. Mountain Time. So you can have your order in your cart. Just don't submit it until tomorrow and make sure that it does refresh and you get the free shipping. All right. Okay. Oh, there's an app, Plant Snap. Take a photo of the plant and the app will tell you what it is. Oh, I do have the photo on my phone. So can I go back and use the photo? Probably not. Also, iNaturalist. Okay, you guys help me out. Thank you so much. Okay, no questions. So we're going to move on to the next card. And this is my favorite out of all the cards from the swap. It's so very easy to do this. It will teach you how to dry emboss, which is with the pretty flowers underneath here. And it also will teach you how to layer. So it's very, very basic. And again, this is by Suzanne Netz from Canada. All right, so Melon Mambo is our featured color. And this is going to be another happy birthday card. So let me grab my my piercing mat. We're going to stamp. Okay, grab my envelope. And on the inside, what do I want? Because I want to finish this card out. So here again, she did not create anything on the inside, and that's typical of a swap. You can or can't, it doesn't really matter. So I will probably, let's see. I think I'm just going to do, maybe I'll color that small image here with some like Daffodil Delight. Okay. I just gotta grab a block here. Okay. So stamping, we're gonna use the Memento Black again. And we got this really small rose, which is going to be on the inside panel. And I'm just going to stamp it right over to the left corner. And you notice I went all the way to the edge and off a little bit so I can get that even line going on the bottom. And then I'm going to stamp the happy birthday. Again, with Memento Black, I'm going to stamp the envelope. You can see I got ink on my block. And the strip, this is just a 1/2 inch of basic white. Go really slow so I could get that straight, and that's pretty straight, except for I got a little boo-boo over there. So I'm going to flip this over and try again. That's better. Okay. Simple, simple. Okay, so here is the Pretty Flowers embossing folder, which I've already dry embossed that panel. Look at that, it's pretty. And you can either use the embossed side or the debossed side. So she used the debossed side on this one here. So I'm going to use the embossed side. See if we can see a little bit of a difference. Okay, so we don't need the piercing mat anymore, so that's going off to the side. And here's our card base, which is again Melon Mambo, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. It's going to be going horizontal. And then here's the Pretty Flowers, and I'm going with the embossed side, which is going to be just like this. And I should have put that went to fit though. So this is kind of got like a directional kind of embossing folder, so it looks better portrait, but there's no way to get it horizontal and get it all embossed. So I'm not going to worry about it because most of it's going to be covered up anyway by the center part. All right, so this is just going to be going flat down on the card base. So we're just going to use our liquid glue. And again, I like to use the liquid glue or Stampin' Seal Plus on embossed panels. And this has just got a 1/4 inch border. Okay, and then you can take your bone folder if you need to. It just needs a little bit extra time to adhere to the paper. So you can see here, it's not quite adhered, so I need to press that a little bit more. In the humid areas, you know, if you live in a humid place, state or whatever, it can be a little bit of a challenge to get your paper to adhere. So just give it a little bit of extra liquid glue and you should be okay. All right, so we've got 3 panels here. We've got Basic Black. We got Melon Mambo, which is, again, that color. And then we have our Designer Series paper. So this is 3 by 4, which is going to go on the Melon Mambo. So let's take our liquid glue again, and we'll just add it all the way around and a little bit in the middle. And if it's directional, make sure you're putting it on your panel horizontal. And the Melon Mambo is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then these two are going to go on the basic black, and it's only 1/8 of an inch larger. All right, so again, it's going on horizontal with just a little bit of black showing. You can also rub it from the back side too. Okay, so then we add our Stampin' Dimensional because we want to give it a little bit of height. So we're just going to flip this over. I'm going to add 5 of them so we have some little support in the center of the panel. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to quickly take those backings off. Okay, again, look at your design. Make sure it is going the way you want it to and that your card is opening the correct way. And we'll just add this right to the front. And then we've got the birthday sentiment, which is going to go right down here in the lower corner. And she flagged it on the end, so I need to flag mine. So you can just cut up the middle with your paper snips, and then to the corner to the top. And then you've got your little flag. Then I'm going to leave a little extra on the left side because there is an embellishment. And then let me just check. I think she used Stampin' Dimensionals. Maybe she did not. Yes, she did. So we need to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on this one. Again, I'm going to use the edge pieces because this is only 1/2 of an inch. I'll probably put 3 on there because if you don't put one in the center there, it'll buckle and it won't have any support. All right, so let me just use my Take Your Pick. Now this is going to get lined up with the edge of the Designer Series paper, and I've got it about 1/2 of an inch from the bottom. All right, we're going to go back to the glossy dots, which I already have over here, and we're going to add, looks like she only added 1 right here. So I'm going to do the same thing, and it looks like she used a medium size. So if you want to look and see what the larger size will look like, I think it's like overpowering. So let's grab one of the medium ones and add it right to the center. Okay, I am going to add Wink Stella because she didn't do it on this one, but I want to give it a little bit of sparkle. So I'm just going to take my Wink Stella and just do some splatter technique. Just make sure I have some in the barrel. And we're just going to tap the Wink Stella brush onto the cap, and that will splatter your Wink Stella all the way around. And it doesn't look like you can see it, but I can see the little sparkle. All right, and then we can do the same thing on the other one, the one that I created here. I'll give this one a little bit of glitter as well. I love this technique. It's so much fun. You could do this with your Stampin' Blends too, and I'm going to show you. So this is the only thing is you want to use the chisel point, and if your marker doesn't have a lot of ink in it, then it's not going to work. But you can take the chisel point and flick it off of the cap, and it will usually it splatters the ink. Looks, oh, there's some right there. I'm going to use a darker one. I think it's because you can't see it. All right, so again, there we go. It's working. I'll bring it up to the camera so you can see it. Okay. And then here's, see the splatter right here? Hopefully you can see that. And I've got a little bit over here too. So different ways you can kind of embellish a little bit more and give it a little bit of sparkle. All right, so here's the two. And then here's this one. And then this one. All right, so any questions? Let's see. No, doesn't look like I have any comments on this one. But the last comment was 21 minutes ago. And I'm kind of feeling I don't see all the comments for some reason. It's that Facebook thing again. Oh, you know what? I didn't put the inside on. Let's do that, shall we? I need to color this one in. And I was going to say I was coloring Daffodil Delight, right? So let's grab the darker one, chisel point. This won't take very long. It looks like I need some green too, so I'll get some green in just a second. And the green I'm going to use will be Granny Apple Green. That will be the matching color in the paper. This doesn't have much shading at all, so I'm just kind of going over a little bit. And then let's grab the lighter one. You can tell by the noise that I need a new Daffodil Delight light, but they're only sold in combo packs, so I need to order the entire dark and light, and that's okay because I'll use them. Let me grab the Granny Apple Green. You could use the Parakeet Party as well, and let me do that because these are very, very close in colors. There we go. See that little flower? So cute. I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to it. When I color in flowers, I don't color the whole petal. I just brush stroke it. Because I think if you use it and fill it in all the way, it gets a little overpowering. So that's really cute right there. Sweet little flower. And we will use my Stampin' Seal Plus. I need a refill. I need refills of my Stampin' Seal, my regular. So that's going to be on my order tomorrow. I don't know which one I made because they both don't have one on the inside. So I'm just going to grab, you know what, I did this is the one I made because it's got the Wink of Stella on it. So then this is just centered in like that. Okay, so now we've got all 4 cards here. And I'll show you the ones that were also in the swap using the Hues of Happiness. If you're coming on late and you didn't see them, well, here they are. So this one here, I love this pattern here, the stripes. This one was created by Karen Duke. Thankful We Are Friends. This one's got the base of Pool Party with a sheer Pool Party ribbon. And this one is created by Jennifer Cotton. This one's really pretty too. It's very, very simple. Okay, and that was by Constance Wirtz from Germany. And then the Friend, which is very similar to this one. Hi Friend. Was created by Betsy Kreider. All right, any questions? Somebody sent an angry face. Uh-oh. Oh, well. Well, if you don't like it, if you don't like watching me, well, you don't have to. Let's hope it was just a mistake. All right, so we'll go over the free shipping for tomorrow. Don't forget about free shipping on $75 orders or higher. And if you shop with me, and I hope you do, make sure you use the host code down here, which is DDR44PJP. I'm going to add this to my blog tonight, and I also will be sending out an email. And if you're not on my email list, you should be. And I am just marketed my retreat, which will be in July. So July 23rd and 24th. It's a Saturday and Sunday. 12 hours on Saturday, and then 8 to 4 on Sunday. It's always a good time. And if you want that information, you can just send me an email and I will send you the link. All right, so I will be live on... Oh, that's what I wanted to do, you guys. I want to switch my lives that are on Friday to Thursday. And hopefully that won't cause any issues, but I'm finding that Fridays are a little bit harder because Fridays is the day Sarah and I are going to start hiking a little bit more together, and she has Fridays off and I have Fridays off, so it makes it a little bit better. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week, and again, if you have any questions, let me know. All right, you take care and be well.